the big question mark of Shocks in this game. He at least delivers right now in the pistol round, and that's absolutely perfect for Vitality. A great start for them, and they're up 1-0.
That's a good way to get started in the game. They're going to really enjoy that part. Who did you pick winning this? I kind of forget.
I have Vitality winning this. I have not put my faith in Ence at the moment. I haven't seen enough to quite be convinced. These teams have played each other a number of times in 2020 already, but we can hold that thought. We'll talk about it a little bit later. It's a full investment for Ence in this round. They've got CZ, they've got 3 Deagles, and a Scout. And Shocks is holding on to Lower Dark again as he pushes closer up to the door. He would love to pounce on Alu.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Sunny taking one down. They want to keep going. Another kill from Sunny going through the smoke, and that's beautiful. Apex trying to do the best that he can out long, but what a dangerous scenario. Down in middle, Yampi going down, and that'll give Csgo to get at least a kill with a Deagle. It's still a 2-on-2. Health favoring Vitality. Ooh, and yeah, Misato, who's going to be overwhelmed. Misuda, sorry. That's going to be a rough way to go in this second round. 1 versus 1, and even if Sunny's on 2 health, he could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, well, it's all going to be down to timing between him and Apex. This is one of those awkward 1v1s where they're so far away and there's so much time to burn before they actually make contact. This is just a coin toss. Although I play that Apex is making, he's going to the complete map, and if you're Sunny, like, your alarm bells are kind of ringing. He was last spotted out towards long. You know he could move anywhere across the map, but do you expect him to actually go all the way through the B bomb site? This is going to be wild.
I mean, with the bomb in middle and 30 seconds, yeah, it's definitely going to get crazy. He's walking into the right angle. He's got the right idea, Apex. He's not checking for it. Finally, he'll see him. Oh, man, that looked like he was camouflaged somehow up against the wall. Scary scenario there.
You could just see, that's exactly what we mean by a coin flip. He doesn't even spot Sunny. Like, the first, 2 or 3 times he scans past his location, and Sunny just never expected that. What a great round from Sunny, though. This is the other side of the coin. When you talk about wanting to see a better level and improved Shocks, it's the same thing for Sunny. Ever since sitting out for so long and rejoining into this Ence roster, the roster he was waiting to find space in, this isn't the same Sunny that we saw previously on Mouse Sports and some of his other teams. He needs to step it up as well.
He definitely does. I mean, there was so much hype right after his long hiatus, so I want to see that too. Apex doing a fine job, and the cleanup will be swift in the middle, as Vitality only suffer the 1 loss here as Apex goes down. As well. That's a much cleaner round. I guess so much hype want to get through with it. Hiatus, so pick up that ADC see that right away. Apex doing a fine job. Wow, straight in double orb.
Yeah, expensive right off the bat, but I like it. It's aggressive as well. These 2 teams have played 3 series in 2020. The most recent was at DreamHack Masters. It was a 2-0 for Vitality. They did play Dust 2. It was a 16-9 victory for the French side. So, I mean, let's see if they can replicate that, but Ence surely know what they're up against in this series, or in this map, I should say.
Sunny winning the fight out at long, which we don't see all of the time now. It's actually a little bit tricky to try and do. Aerial throwing the smoke, and Apex was ready to pounce on it. That would have been such a good idea if he could have swung to take the fight. I think he would have probably won it, but he might have been a second too late. Now RPK, as the smoke is fading, walking right into that AWP, and there is a bit of a setup here. Misuda trying his very best to try and if he can bring back. He has to get this kill, but the flashbang is so good, and that was Alu from middle throwing it for his teammate. That just set it up perfectly. Grenade will take care of the 1-0. But it's still a 1 versus 3, and he's not going to make it out. Saibu not able to clutch it for his team. That was a tall ask anyway. That was a lot that he had to do.
That was a risky peek from Alu, though. If he gets that kill, takes no damage, he's actually got set up in that deep bomb site. Yeah, tough time getting out of long. Even though Sunny was completely blinded, he still recovers at the perfect moment. So 3-1 for Vitality, but they are stopped by that double up setup. But now they know what they're up against. They're no longer going to be caught off guard and surprised by that. They can craft some strategies around exploiting the lack of mobility. And look at Ence. 4 players out towards long A, 3 to commit to the corner, to the cross in towards pit. That's a lot of manpower early on.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it's great because it's going to be hard for the T side to know that they're here unless they actually go check it at some point. But, you know, they don't have the information that we do. If they did, the amount of sort of open strategies that are in front of them suddenly would be kind of huge, right? There's so much you could do if you know that they have 3 long, but it's not always so easy to find out. They're going to leave 2 there, and I guess they're going to start to pull Alu. He could have pulled him a little bit further back with the AWP so he can cover that catwalk. But, yeah, they are really leaving a lot of the map open right now for Vitality, it looks like. Surely that's not going to keep going, is it?
No, probably not. But Apex and RPK, Masuta as well, all up on Catwalk, ready to go. One player at railing, that's going to be Alu. In support, he'll have Aerial juggling between Catwalk and Lawn, but they certainly want some initial success from Alu. Flash Grane's going to force him off the angle. Here's the first peek. It's actually Masuta who's blind, and Alu goes back for more. A double kill, and he misses an easy sitter, but off the bomb is RPK, and now he's just got to hold on for dear life, and he's not going to get anything done. 3-2 for Vitality.
Wow, I almost wonder if the fact that he didn't show himself when they were actually running out of the smoke up on Catwalk meant they weren't ready for it. I think if he'd taken a couple of shots then, they would have had maybe, you know, one more flashbang or a smoke or something to try and block him off, but I don't think they even really were aware of it. So that's so much impact from having that up on the ramp.
I think they're gonna want to start throwing that Molotov as well. Maybe they just didn't have it that round, but they were missing that standard fire we see to prevent that kind of constant repeaking from Alu. And obviously, the first flashbang was perfect for Alu, but all the follow-ups didn't even touch him. Sunny is about to farm some kills, farm some photo. Ooh, I say that, but he gets wrecked.
You jinxed him. You absolutely jinxed him, Jason. That one's on you.
I'm good at that.
And
listen, it's a 3-on-3, and Zaiwu has an op now.
That's not good news. I mean, it's one thing for Sunny to have a little bit of a bump. That's fine. I mean, that's not going to be a big deal. But this is the problem. Zaiwu not missing many shots, and he's taking down Aerial, leaving the way open for the A-bomb side plant here. They're going to have it, and it's going to be a 2-on-2. Now, there is a smoke and a Molotov left on the Ence side. So if they can get a kill, they could definitely do a lot with those grenades. But they have to get past this AWP, and look at how aggressive he's being. Zaiwu nearly running into both players there. They're going to have it, and it's going to...
Yeah, but I don't know position now. Being passive inside the bomb site, that shocks now. Zaiwu at least knows the location of both players. Missed his opportunity. He's got to be aggressive, and he knew it. He had to go for the repeat because he was going to get split from two different angles. And that was a portion of that position, is you don't have a lot of space to work with. Trapped once the initial contact is made. And Ence have tied things up.
That's a scary round, but, I mean, winning a couple of rounds here, tying it up, yeah, as you said, 3-3. They get to save the AWP, and they have another one as well. So, yeah, a little bit of a bump in the road there in that round, but they still have won 3 rounds in a row. And, I mean, I think more importantly, all of the team is sort of alive. I guess the same is true for Vitality, but there's no one that's just, you know, slow to start here, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, and oh my lord, another flashbang comes out. Sunny to get dropped immediately this time. No chance for him. No chance of recovery like last time. The boost up. Aerial knows there's 2. He's waiting for the peak, and he's shut down as well.
Yeah, odds seem to be favoring Vitality a bit there. I don't know though. I mean, I picked Vitality too, but I think Ence have been showing some impressive stuff online in the last couple of days, so maybe shouldn't completely underestimate them either.
Well, Yumpy has been one of like the big success story for Ence. Ever since he's joined the roster, he's been a great individual for this team. And obviously we know the skill of Yumpy even before he was involved in the roster. But 9 of his 11 first maps with Ence have been positive ratings. That's the bomb down. Alu with a late peek, waiting for Zaiwu, waiting for the follow-up. Vitality cannot let the success of holding on to long slip away. And Alu's going to find another one. Now they punish him. But Yumpy's here as well. And Zaiwu misses a peek.
He walks right into it. We could have had that kill. The young Finnish player, that could have been a big opportunity there. Instead, it's RPK swinging just wide enough down the middle. So
now they punish him. But Yumpy's here as well. And Zaiwu misses a peek.
Oh no, it's just a one-on-one now. And Zaiwu's low on health. The grenade. Oh, it almost could have caught him then. He's going to be low on health regardless. But the bomb is still in front. I don't really know about this. It's a one-on-one with low health. If he misses the shot, and he will, Csgo going for the triple, and he'll take it. That is a huge victory for the Finns. I can't actually believe it.
I think that's Vitality being a bit uncomfortable with maybe this style of play that they just brought out. Remember, when Alex was on this team, we saw how aggressive and how non-stop they were when they like to take that long corner. This time, they win the initial battles and they slow down. Not necessarily a bad thing, but they don't ever press their advantages. You're letting Alu repeat with an AWP so frequently. He's able to get 2 kills when you're in a 5-on-3 advantage. You had what, Zaiwu was in the long cave, not peeking with the op, not holding the corner, and that's just way too much space to give over to Alu.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, wasn't it? Because how many people were out there? Like 3 or 4, and they were just waiting to get picked off by Alu one at a time. It wasn't until he'd taken down 2 that someone reacted.
up until that point, it was perfect. They'd gotten into position, and once they knew that there was still presence at long for Ence, they were constantly flashing, constantly peeking with those. The fact that everyone stops after that, even on the first contact with Alu, that's too much. And you just let Ence kind of rotate into a perfect position and shut everything down. So a very good round for Alu, but I think a tactical mistake on the Vitality side.
P250s and a single Tech 9 and a fair few grenades. I mean, Vitality have been pretty good at doing damage in rounds where they've had limited equipment, so I don't blame them for trying to put on some pressure here. And I mean, they have enough money to buy in the next round anyway, so it's kind of a calculated investment that they've got going on here. It's fine, I guess. It'll be fun to see if they could actually do something with it. Setting up for maybe just a... Oh, they're going to double smoke middle, in fact. So that gives them some room to work with, unless Sunny's going to show up here with the MP9, in which case that's going to be gone pretty quickly. He'll shoot them in the back. He's jumping down. There's a good kill. And also, Yampy and Sergey coming in to help out. So far is the only one getting a kill, and he's actually going to pick it up. A double with the Tech 9. That makes me very happy.
Sunny's liking up for Dark there. Sunny's going to stop there. Oh, no, he's not. He missed the spray just a little bit. RPK's surely going to go down. That's a nice attempt and pretty decent damage done, especially with the plant on top of it. However, as this lead for Ence starts to grow, they've now won 5 straight. They're going to be on fire. I believe we're still doing that, even though it's transition online. 5-3, and the money is growing as well. So Ence is very, very solidly in control of this map.
Yeah, they're starting to be off to a very good start, and it's not like Vitality are really lacking in the kills. I mean, that'll happen sometimes if you see a team winning 5 in a row. You could look at the scoreboard, and the losing team will have almost none of it, but they're putting up kills. That's not the issue right now. It's just some of those really close rounds here have just gone the way of Ence, and Vitality have got to start to feel the frustration of that. Let's see. Down the middle. No one challenging Saibu.
Oh, did Shock see the leg? I think if he saw the leg, he's certainly calling for a pop flash. Oh, it's a dry peek. Maybe he didn't spot it. Maybe it's just over-aggressive. But Alu is starting to warm up with the AWP, and that is not a good sign for Vitality.
They're right inside of the smoke. Yampy,
it's
the flashbang will completely ruin his day. That could have been a beautiful, at least a 2-for-1, but that actually was so well timed by Vitality. They were right on the lip of that smoke when it faded, and they were ready to pounce on it. Now they're inside of the bomb site, and if they can get the bomb plant down, Ence might even want to discuss whether or not they want to try and retake this. They don't have that good of an economy. At least 2 of their players are very poor, so throwing away these rifles could be a big mistake.
It's all onto this flank. If Ence is going to go for this, it has to be success on the flank, and ZywOo had the bomb this whole time. So actually, his eyes were taken away from Ariel's position. That's a great kill on Alu. Right through the smoke. Masuta as well shuts down Ariel and closes out the round. Sunny needs to back away, and there's an op in front of him if he wants to pick that up. But he's going to prioritize his life, so gonna try and escape. One player coming towards lower dark, keeping boxed in, and Sunny goes down. 4th round for Vitality. They're back on the board.
That's a good round to win, but there's a little part of me that can't help but think if you replay that a couple of more times, there's one of them where Yampy just, pulls the trigger and is able to get and maybe the whole thing just falls apart. Look at how close this is.
Yeah, I think the big failure for Yampy wasn't, unscoping or anything like that. It was, he thought he was behind the box, so he was trying to get into cover, and I think from there he kind of panicked with how he played the situation. When he came unblind and he realized he wasn't actually in any sort of cover. RPK counting flashbangs, counting utility out at long. He's also got the bomb leading the way, and here we go. Sunny's gonna turn around. 1 player committed in the pit. That's Ariel. The defense is gonna crumble. Good shooting from Masuda.
Yeah, again, it's so hard to hold that long position. I don't know if that Molotov that went through would have ever done anything. It just seemed to me like that was going to be out of position no matter what. Shox is moving closer. Friendly flashbang coming in, but no one there to peek behind it. And Shox is just sneaking around the box. I can't believe he's still alive and just buying even more time. But out long, while he's doing all of this, they're not even moving.
Yeah, well, I love the play from Shox, but I don't know why he played it so scared. I love the idea of getting in and trying to beat that defender. That's the ideal play for Shox. Get him in those one-on-ones. Let him find that individual fight and open up the other side of the map and wreak havoc.
Yeah.
But why is he so scared to actually take the fight?
I don't know. He could have, he could have definitely done something there a little bit more, but also the rest of his team were just waiting while he had at least 2 people preoccupied. patient play there for Alu. I think maybe Saiwu trusting a bit too much in that Molotov being down. The grenade on top of Masuda is gonna put him down to half health. But in the middle, Apex patiently waiting, and what a reward! A big double kill, both of them headshots. And now Alu in a 1 versus 2, and he's starting to get really uncomfortable. He jumps down. Has he lost his mind?
I mean, it is Alu. We know those plays are going to come out. The answer is most likely yes. He has indeed lost his mind. But what a big save for Apex. Those are the scary things for Vitality that I think are holding a lot of people back from feeling any kind of confidence for this team. The play from Shox of instead of actually fighting, to be sneaky and trying to be clever with it. He had about 3 opportunities to swing and commit to that, but also Saiwu trying to make the run towards, cross Catwalk's vision despite it not being safe. There's a couple small details that Vitality just lets slip.
I actually can't believe he just jumped down, but why not? You're right, it is Alu. Trying to pop some heads down from the lower part of Dark, but only able to get the 1 there. It's a bit of a shame. Oh, I did get 2 actually, Apex, so I guess not all bad. 6-5 is the scoreline here, and I don't know, that was 5 in a row for Ence, so maybe a couple of people on the Vitality side were starting to get a bit nervous, but now they seem to be back in the game. It's a really even opening we've got going on.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's been some pretty big swings though, right? 3 rounds run by Vitality, then 5 straight for Ence, and now 3 in a row again for Vitality. And they finally not broken the economy, but they've diminished it enough to not have to play against those AWPs, and certainly the double up inside Wu. Some bullets through the smoke. Yuppie's gonna win that.
Oh, it's close,
if
wasn't
you're Apex, you feel so good about committing to those fights to the smoke when you're Apex, and then you always lose them.
Yeah, well, he's got a certain style as well, Apex. He's used to being the guy to go down first in a round, I guess. I mean, the sort of the downside is they don't know how much damage they've really done to Jumpy either. So I don't know. That could be an issue, right? Maybe if you knew you could try and exploit it, try and put some more pressure on. Nice job on the AUG with Sergey, but he's going to be going down. Masuda able to hunt him right afterwards, and Shox, he really, really wanted to turn that corner, but he's going to regroup with the team instead. It's now a 4-on-3 with just passing a minute, and I mean, they have enough smokes to try and do a similar play as last time. They could put that forward smoke, sort of right outside of the B hallways and just flash their way through into B.
They could also go for a mid to B split. They have a smoke on Zaiwu and Misuta, who's in upper dark, so it's Zaiwu going to be coming out with the AWP. The problem with this play with the AWP is you can't really be aggressive into the site with the AWP, but you can throw a flashbang from mid. There it is. It pops right in. It's perfect. Sunny's still turned, and Yumpy is cleaned up. That is a great entrance into the bomb site, and Zaiwu just bails out, doesn't commit to mid whatsoever. I love everything about that from Vitality.
Yeah, that was incredibly sexy. I mean, that's worthy of a replay at the very least. It's one of those things, again, that'll probably go missing over time, but one flashbang, he tossed it all the way from middle, and what a touchdown it was. That it did everything that it needed to. That's incredibly well done. And again, just think about it from, if you're inside of that bomb site, if they throw the flashes from B, they sort of have to bank them off the wall, so there's an initial sound cue that you can turn around for, but when it comes from middle, you're not going to be turned around at all.
No, you're ruined. Well, actually, ironically, Sunny was turned. He just never really knew if there was going to be a second one coming, right? When you expect those flashbangs from the B hall, there's a sequence of like 2 or 3 that come in. So he's waiting for that second or third pop. It never comes, and he just gets sideswiped. Great entrance from Masuda again. Great assist from Zaiwu. And great calling from Vitality. Now a firm lead and a firm control of the upcoming rounds. 7-5.
That actually was very cool. I'm glad we get to catch that on the camera down the middle there. That was a nice setup. Crossing through the middle.
And also, not only a nice strategy from Vitality, sorry to cut you off, it's also, I mean, a great recovery from a 4-on-5 scenario.
It's true, isn't it? Not necessarily that easy. Yeah, I mean, I even thought, if they go for the mid-split, it's going to be just Shox alone running up there. That's also risky. But he found another way. See, they're clearing out the catwalk. Saiwu down the middle, taking down Sergey, trying to bring it back as aerial, but they're not really getting control of this fight at all.
That's a great round from Apex. Another double kill coming in support, swinging and trading off Masuta's attempted entry. 8-5 for Vitality now, and man, Ence need to find a recovery very soon. Just Yumpy and his Deagle spotted out, triple kill for Apex in the round, 2 for Zaiwu as well, and they've got a 3-round lead.
Yeah, they're building it rather nicely at the moment. I still think it's a pretty open game, but I'd obviously love to see Ence pick up another round. They're back at the double op setup here, and that's something I think we could just expect to see them on a bunch of different maps, and I wouldn't want to try and talk them out of it either. I think it's a good call.
Well, it's what got them their 5-round streak early on. We'll see if it can help them salvage these final 2 rounds of the opening half. Here at Blast Premier. Yumpy, did he notice Masuda getting into that position? This is dangerous. Masuda can still jump up. It's a lot of faith. Zaiwu, deep angle at the base of Catwalk. There's the peak, and that's fast.
Yeah, he's very fast, and he even had the right idea there on the CT side. He definitely knew it was coming. Now, the problem is, it's left Sergey alone inside of the B-bomb side, and I mean, if they go attack him right now, he would have to have a truly heroic performance to get anything done. Otherwise, he's just going to go down, and they'll have to save the round, immediately. There's no point in going for this. Just call the retreat right away.
Yeah, you have to call it a... Oh, but Apex is going to shut one down, sees another out towards long, sees them both. And Vitality have so much money, this is a hunt situation. Shox is already here with the lurk, and he's got them both. Who needs the hunt when you've got Shox in that position? 4-round lead now for Vitality.
Wow, that was, again, just a couple of really well-positioned kills. As soon as they got Yumpy down the middle, Sergey was alone in B, and no one could even help him. They weren't even able to sort of run to try and save him. That's kind of tough. 3 orbs and an auto sniper. Here we go, Jason. I hope you're ready for it. Down the middle. Oh no! It's the scout on the other side.
Alu.
How is that possible? They had all that firepower.
That is the most Alu thing I've ever seen in my life. With a scout, no less, as well. Oh, dear.
That is ridiculous.
Well, that's awkward. We saw Vitality recover a man-down situation previously. They've got to try it again. And again, it's Yumpy as well for Ence with very low HP.
Sometimes, Jason, it's not the size of the gun that matters. It's, you know, we have evidence.
How you use it?
It's how you use it.
Classic.
Yeah. Apparently while running or something like that. Oh, man. 15th round. Alu attempted to be boosted up, even though they're kind of messing it up. I'm impressed that they're sticking around. Like, normally when you fall off those boosts and you start to mess it up, just let go. Don't keep forcing it.
They haven't... Ence hasn't heard anything on this map. I don't even necessarily think they know exactly what Vitality's up to, or maybe they possibly do. There are 3 players defending Catwalk at this point, so at least at the A bomb site. Aerial's going to have a decent battle out here, and obviously if they don't check this corner, it could be an absolute slaughter.
Quick trade out long, and that'll give up at least where part of the push is. Down the middle, though, Apex just waiting, and that'll net him a free kill. No one there to revenge it at all. Alu, the scout worked well in the beginning, but this time it's going to maybe be a little bit... Oh, it's going to be just fine. He'll take down Zaiwu, and that will end it at 9-6, slightly favoring Vitality. That's a great way to end. We will go to a quick break, and then we will be right back with the second half. Stay tuned. Perfect.
Are you... Is it Yumpy or...
Hi everyone, my name is Allison. I'm from Dig. I'm together with Device from Astralis, Acre from Mad Lions, and with Creams from Fnatic, and doing some sort of a cool showdown between us 4. And we're gonna shoot out here and just doing our own thing and just hit it. Come and get me. That's everyone.
No! You missed him.
Vi er i gang, så laver du.
No! Yes!
Oh, I got a headshot. What the fuck?
Why am I even seeing crimps on my screen? No.
It's in Windows.
Oh no, he's dead.
Oh!
Another one.
Oh, thank you.
Fuck.
Window.
No, no, no! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Vitality versus Ence here at Blast Premier. Jason, how are you feeling about that first half? It ends 9-7, just barely in favor of Vitality.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought there was some very cool stuff from Vitality. Obviously, a powerful double upsetter from Ence on the defense as well. And I just enjoy that this is looking like it's going to be a close affair down the stretch into this second half pistol round. And Ence being very cautious. 3 players still deep in T-spawn.
Nothing spectacular coming out from the CT side. I mean, we've got mostly armor, a couple of flashbangs, and then a diffuse kit there on Apex, so you need to try and find a position to be in. But they've left a lot of the mid open here. I mean, again, you just want to use the range of those USPs, surely, if you're a Vitality in this particular round.
Oh yeah, and they're set up, I mean, close to perfect for that. The closest player at the moment to contact is Zywu inside of that A bomb site, but even he'll get, you know, plenty of opportunities to pop away, although that P250 on the other side can be very deadly. Zywu against Alu. The timing of this peak is everything, and Alu is just crouched and waiting for the headshot angle. Now, ooh, that hurts. He had it lined up. That's going to be frustrating.
He had the right idea, but wasn't really able to get it, and that's going to go a big lead here to the CT side. Now they're rushing the B bomb side, and they're going quick at it. Masuta already taking down Sergey. Shox can't see anything, and as he's unflashed, he's going to be dead. Masuta though in the back. Oh no! What a lineup! 3 kills at the end, a quad kill overall, and that's a way to win a pistol.
That is some disgusting play from Masuta. Some fine pistol work. Man, at the back of the platform as well. The first one into the holes, as you can see, and this is just so precise. These are tough shots to hit, and if you miss any of them, you probably run out of ammunition at the end. What a great round.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? Because that actually looked like that could have worked out. As soon as they got Shox, I thought, okay, if they could also get Masuta down, then they could get the bomb plant, then it's a tricky retake.
I was thinking maybe he gets one more and it's going to be, you know, a bit of an easier retake, but still tough. And I mean, the fact that he just shuts them all down is fantastic, obviously. M4 in his hands as well for his trouble. He's got all the money for head armor and the M4 as well. And Ence is going to slowly sink and kind of converge together towards middle. Couple players in lower dark at the moment, and 3 players going to be moving up catwalk slowly but surely.
Yeah, that was quite something.
I don't know, this end game looks like it would be a mid to B split. Maybe have a B split come from someone dropping off catwalk in CT spawn. They've got 2 smokes and a flashbang, but they're still spread upper dark and middle.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it could definitely end up that way. It makes sense if they're clearing out the catwalk like this. They've shown themselves a little bit in upper dark, but I don't think it matters. I mean, you know, one deagle being fired from there is not going to give it all away. That drop down though is a little bit uncomfortable.
There's a lot of pressure on Shox right now, and he's not having the best game in the world. Only 6 kills, but if he goes down too easy again, it's going to be Masuta who's called upon to do something spectacular. Flashbang out mid. Oh, he's got to peek with it. Vitality taking matters into their own hands, and you have to appreciate that. Masuta's down. Shox needs more. Doesn't commit to the swing, doesn't commit to the fight. They're going to go for the retake.
Bomb plant's gonna be happening right now, and there's Apex going down before the rest of the team really shows up. I think he was maybe a bit too committed to that fight. That HE grenade on Simon is not going to kill anyone. It could do a lot of damage, but they're going to be waiting instead for the upper part of this push to come through. So they're going to be retaking 2 from upper and 1 from the doors, and we'll see how it goes. Alu being baited in that first shot. He stands up, and there's the grenade to take him down. Simon with a big double kill, nearly a triple, but Sergey's in a lot of trouble here. He's low on health. They've picked up the kid inside of the site, and I don't... Oh, no! He takes down Shox. That's unbelievable! And now he's trying to go up through the window, just hiding, buying time. RPK can't find him. This is so well played. And RPK, he can't do it. He has to run away. That was absolutely godlike.
I have no idea held onto that. An insane shot through the door. And Vitality probably felt like they had that one the whole way. I mean, again, they did so many things right. The nade combination with the peek from Upper Dark. Zaiwu coming in late to help bait to get into that site. I just cannot... That's an incredible display from Sergey.
It absolutely is. That was a lost round the whole way through, and then he shot him through the door, and that changed everything.
That's got to be so frustrating if you're Vitality. Oh, I mean, even the pop flash peek from Shox early on in the round was perfect. RPK, if he could win this battle, they've got a real chance. That's the only rifle. That's perfect. Now he's got to back away. Ariel's quick. Quick with that peek, and the scouts aren't going to do anything. Ariel's going to hold down the trigger, and he's done massive damage.
Good recovery from losing initially that fight at top mid. And you're right, that M4, I mean, they can't even really go and pick it up. You can see Apex really wants to. I can't believe he wins it with the 5-7 instead. Now he's got the M4 back in the middle. He actually does dink, or at least tags Ariel down to 7 health. Triple kill for Ariel right now, and it's a lot of output coming out from this Galil. And now they're running into the A-bomb side where nobody is.
Yeah, I mean, they can just hit tab and they see it's Shox and Masuta, who they've met at the B-bomb site as those primary defenders. And the two of them are taking things very slow towards the B-bomb site.
Wild
There's
scenes.
still an M4 on Catwalk that can be gathered, which would be a pretty decent find for Vitality in a losing effort.
That's, I mean, that's on the really chaotic round here. It looked like Ence were in control of it, but definitely some moments where Vitality could have changed it around. RPK, I don't know, I feel like he could have had some more backup when he was up there. Like someone, there could have been both people from middle could have done some more.
Or just someone on Catwalk to watch Lower Dark to make sure that that follow-up peek can't come in right away. Obviously, not always, you don't always arrange those kinds of things on a Nico round like that, but certainly with that one M4, that was a weapon to be cherished and protected.
Yeah, you would think so. Well, the bomb's going to go up, and it will be an 8th round for Ence. And they're building a pretty decent-sized economy behind it. Let's see what Vitality are able to do once they get some funding themselves. Which is not happening yet. They do have that AK-47 on Shox, and Masuta also with an M4. That's a lot to bring out of the round. That's actually impressive.
Yeah, I don't know if it's enough to fight with. A couple of deagles are nice. They'd still have to have some very good individual efforts, some very good kills from those deagles, maybe a 1 deag at some point. 2-round lead for Vitality as we're heading down the stretch of this opening map today.
Well, Alu's gone. That was That was a pretty casual kill coming out there from RPK. Good 1 deag. See how much pressure that's going to put on Ence. Down the middle should be... Oh, yeah. Wouldn't want to take that fight either against the AK-47. But they're giving them all the long control, which doesn't have to be a disaster. I mean, you can justify doing that on the CT side, saying they can have long as we can keep CT spawn and Catwalk. But they don't have any grenades on Vitality side, so if they give them all that control, how are they going to get it back?
Oh, there's a gap in that. They've missed through the smokes. There's a huge gap in that. Half of it is entirely missing. Good kill from Yumpy. Now it's all on Shox, and he's overexposed. He needs to get into a safer position behind the flames, but Ents still have not committed to this boss yet. Meanwhile, everyone from Vitality on defense. The boost works. Now into a 2-on-2, but Masuta's got the only rifle.
Wow, Sergey taking him down. That's going to make a big difference there. From a 2-on-2 into a 1-on-2. Apex, I don't even think he saw that. It looked like he was missing...
He's prepared for it.
Yeah, he even did a little face there. He wasn't exactly excited about the whole thing. Oh man, it looked like he was just looking the wrong way or thinking about something else at the time. 10-9 though.
Here's what's wild. Vitality to me has looked like the better team in terms of their strategy and their tactics and their plan coming into this game. They've done so many things right, but even in all that correct plays out of Vitality, they're still losing a lot of these very close rounds. And that's gotta be worrying. That's the recipe for disaster.
You know what is comforting during, you know, all these really uncertain times is the fact that Apex still has one of the most memeable faces, even during online Counter-Strike. That makes me excited to just... some things stay the same, you know.
Yeah, it'll never change.
Well...
All right, mid-control for Ence. They haven't pushed out towards the Vitality side of the map, but gonna try and push back any defense that would be on Catwalk. There's nothing there, so it'll be an easier type of things. Aerial clearing close mid as well. So if they want to fall back into mid to B split, he probably feels that's available. He knows nobody's close up gathering sound cues and information.
This is still so open for another B split through middle. If they figure it out, they're doing all the research in the beginning that you want to do, clearing out Catwalk, making sure no one is in upper dark or right outside of long, and then they could go for it. And that again, that would be very, very tough for those inside of the B bomb side to try and hold on to. See, it's happening now. There's the initial smoke up towards CT spawn. Flashbang to set it up, and Apex walking right into the initial shot, and Shocks, he's up on the scaffolding. That's a lot of damage being sprayed through. They're actually dropping quite low behind it. Shocks maybe being set up for a bit of a victory here, but he can only get the one, and now they're coming through the smoke, catching in the window. Oh, PK, what a hero jump. They would have lost the round. If they would have got in there and got the bomb down, that would have changed everything. But now instead, there is a definite chance. The bomb is on the outside of the B bomb site, and they're trying to see if they can fight their way back, and they are doing that. Sunny and Alu with a 2-on-3, and they make it look easy.
Yeah, holy cow. Again, Vitality doing so much right. It's astounding able to win that one. Bomb is dropped outside during a mid to B split. That is generally just a straight up loss. More often than not. Great shooting from Alu, great shooting from Sunny as well from window, and Ence have tied things up.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? I mean, what are we witnessing?
It's what we just talked about. Even Vitality making the right decisions and making the right plays at the perfect moment, and it's still not getting them rounds on the board. That's 2 tags for Alu through the double doors. Shocks at 29, Apex at 28.
Yeah, he's made his point, guys. Maybe don't give him any more of those jumping, you know, past. You're just encouraging him. Sharks hearing the steps, would love to try and go for that 1D. But yeah, it does feel like Vitality could position themselves so that they're in a slight lead, but then some of the firepower on Ence here is absolutely terrifying. I wonder how to deal with that. I mean, the problem is as well, now they're on the CT side, so they don't get to make, you know, as many calls as they could have on the first half, right? Now they're a little bit more the victims of having to wait around.
Yeah, I think they're fine with that, though. I mean, they've actually handled that portion of things just fine. It's the later stages of these rounds where they seem to be dropping everything. Sunny gonna jump up and find a freebie. Good kills to build on top of that. But what I mean is, remember, they had the round, they had like a Sunny in a 1 versus 3 at the B bomb site, and he gets that kill through the door, and he wins that round by time. They just had that 3-on-2 where they eliminate the mid half of a mid to B split. The bomb is dropped outside window, and they lose that. Another 3-on-2, another man up situation. So Vitality's finding themselves in situations where they have the man advantage or the national advantage. It's just getting ripped away by solid individual efforts from the Ence guys, and that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, it absolutely is. The nightmare maybe continues out on long. Everyone is flashed. No one can see anything, and Sunny will still find a kill through all of it, and Ariel will be there as well. Huge victory, a 2-for-0 trade going on there. Guess not really a trade at all then, just theft, really. And Sunny and Csgo will eventually go down. Cyber will fall next by the truck. There is nothing really covering him there. 2-on-3, but look at how low half of them are on Ence.
It might not even matter. It's all down to Masuda. He needs to really hustle with the flank if they're going to go for this, and they're backing off. They're going to save this round. So Ence is going to have a 12-10 lead.
They're being bullies, aren't they, Jason? They're just forcing their way into this game, Ence.
They're getting helped a lot, though. I can't. Like, it's almost one of those things where now I just can't stop seeing some of these weird decisions by Vital. Like the Apex there at the long. I love the delayed flashbang to retake long on the CT side. I love the aggressiveness to wrap around that smoke and get towards the pit. But pretty much the entire magazine is sprayed into the smoke as he's getting into pit. First priority there should certainly be get into a safe position where you can take a comfortable fight. And no one from Vitality at long actually did that. One fighting behind the smoke, getting spammed through. One spraying into the smoke as he transitions into the pit, and even Zywoo right at the end tried to take a shot through the smoke as well in a hectic situation.
I can feel your frustration, Jason. Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel about Vitality. You're building, you're sugarcoating it for us. You're trying to be nice.
No, it's like the big picture stuff for Vitality is like fine. It's those small details that I feel are just not all the way there just yet.
Okay, well. We'll see if it continues or if they're gonna adjust those small things. They've had some. I mean, the outcome they may be small, but the actual results could be pretty huge, as you could tell in that last round. Again, Yampi making his way out. He has got Sergey ready for a flashbang for him, which is going to be in the air right now, and that is still not going to be enough somehow. RPK had the angle just in time. That's actually pretty fortunate.
It's gotta be frustrating, surely, especially when you see the blind icon pop up. Good kill from Sergey. Zywoo's gonna move in next to try and recover that weapon. This is a winnable round as well. An AWP and 2 rifles.
Yeah, they could do almost whatever they want in this round. Vitality, they're lacking grenades, but in terms of firepower, I mean, they could definitely be dangerous. 5.7 on Apex, still not such a bad pistol at all. He did some work with it earlier. More than a minute, or just a minute now. And Ence are maneuvering across the map. Look at Upper Dark.
Yeah, Masuta and Apex are playing this so well. They stuck around in the B bomb site for enough time because they realized Ence saw so much presence out towards long. They might try and do a contact play or a timing hit at that B bomb site. Now shrinking the map. When they have no pressure, when they see and hear nothing, it's time to close the gap. You can have an early flank and you have tons of information. Shox is in the perfect position with that AWP.
Actually is 29 seconds. He's still gonna have to get one of the early kills here. Misses the first opportunity. They're getting a bit closer. Not gonna miss the second one. Masuta going down, but Shox is still here, and none of the grenades are hitting him just yet. He's crouched and waiting 18 seconds, and now he's here in the bomb plant on the other side. He wants to move, try and find a kill, and he's just a half a second closer in there, and he would have got Alu. Instead, it's Apex running up, and that's great against the AWP with the 5.7, and they'll take the round right back here. It's now 12-11. Great comeback into this round for Vitality.
This has to be where the fortunes switch. Remember, Vitality won the pistol in the second half and lost the second round immediately. That's 6 rounds straight for Ence to gain this lead, but this has to be where Vitality comes back. They've just been gifted a free AK-47, a free AWP as well, pretty much a free double op setup. And remember, they saved that op on Shox in the previous round, so it's been a while since they've had to dig into their coffers in a big way. And they're just 1 round back.
And this is, again, really close match to begin with here on Dust 2. Love to see it. Been seeing too many one-sided games lately, so I'm excited here. Alu goes immediately for it. I think he just maybe spotted someone before he was flashed, but didn't want to stick around for more of it. And it's a very similar setup once again for Vitality. Not with anyone hard on the middle, but more lean towards A and B.
Okay, well, I think the difference this time, instead of Shox, it's Zywoo over at the B bomb site, so you can do some things with that. Shox is going to have to face off against this run boost. He'll see it cross, takes a shot through the wall. Yumpi's going to press the issue. He's already swinging wide out towards elbow, and they've got control of the A bomb site. That is a nice play from Ence to get in here so clean, so easy, and even one more kill on top of it.
Yeah, he kept running. He knew that he had him locked in there, and it's very hard if he had to run up there, Shox. He would have been in trouble if he'd start backpedaling towards long. So that's just him running with it. He just saw the opening. I'm not even sure that was necessarily part of the plan all the way through. But once he had Shox pushed off, he's like, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, well, I think it honestly was part of the plan. I think when you do that run boost like that, especially because he landed on the stairs and you see that up, you know the follow-up play is to drop down and throw the Molotov, and they know they can beat that timing. The big win came in when RPK fully evacuated long A and tried to come back to the bomb site to stop that. RPK needs to just anchor out towards pit, hold on to that for the retake. Him and Apex a bit over eager to get involved in the action.
Yeah, you could definitely be right. I mean, that's And that call has to be made pretty early, right? If he gets stuck out on long, sort of wandering around, not sure what to do, that is a huge issue there. Misuta currently at 20 kills. That's pretty impressive, all things considered here. But 13-11 for Ence. They are 3 rounds away from picking up this map.
Peux pas faire ça, putain!
Did you just hear that?
I did. I have no idea what he said.
Did the world hear that?
I think the world heard that as well. I hope they did. Let's just listen into Apex every time something happens.
Yeah. An Apex feed. Timeout called by Vitality. I mean, listen, the crazy thing is they've got a whole lot of cash built up, even in losing some rounds, even not being able to build up any kind of a streak. So they're actually sitting in an okay place, even being 2 rounds back going into round number 25. But they've had enough of. I mean, Vitality can no longer have a situation where they play it right and lose the round. They've given up enough of those throughout this map.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Ooh, double grenade on Masuta. Down to 50 health before anything happens. But now, here's the return. Molotov on top of Sunny. He can either use a smoke to get rid of it. No, actually, it doesn't even spread far enough. I thought that maybe would have done a lot more damage. Now they're going to come through instead. They don't care about the damage. Masuta, in spite of the low health, getting a big kill there with the M4A1. And he's going to pick up another one, actually. Sorry, it's the M4A4. But regardless, excellent kills coming through here defensively for Vitality. It's finally Sunny starting to reply a bit. The bomb, though, it's going to be another 10 seconds before they can put it down. They're going to have to wait for that Molotov and then go and pick it up.
That's pretty good teamwork from Shox and Masuta, but still, it's a retake on the speed fight. Wonder if they're gonna pounce as soon as Sunny starts putting the bomb down, if they're just gonna plant this and come on in. He taps it. Oh, there's the spray. He could have doubled him up, but he ran out of bullets. One up shot towards Halls. It's a 2-on-2, and RPK tried to be the hero. It's all on ZywOo. Sunny very low on HP, and Alu is covering from Halls with the up. He missed his chance, but ZywOo can't do it. What a hold from Ence, 14-11. And Vitality finally now, I think they're fully pushed over the ledge.
Wow, I can't actually believe they actually have a lot more money than I was expecting. I'm kind of shocked. I guess they have the round loss bonus still sort of in effect from earlier. They never won enough rounds to actually reset that. That's kind of impressive on its own. But my God, that is, yeah, that's a huge turnaround. 2-on-3, and they managed to pick it up. And I think you're right. If he hadn't run out of bullets, he would have got both those kills as they came through the smoke in the door. That's shocking. Out on long, RPK just keeping an eye on it. Not actually trying to hold. A very different setup for Vitality, though, with 2 in middle this time and 1 on catwalk.
Oh, that's ZywOo trying to do way too much. He wanted to find a pick for his team. Apex is going to recover the op, and oh, he actually tags him through the door. That's not bad at all. Good follow-up kill.
Yeah, it's going to give them something to work with. A 4-on-4 if nothing else, but RPK is still feeling lonesome for backup. He's inside of the smoke on his own. Didn't even see them. I can't believe it. Oh, that has to be a resolution issue right there. I think otherwise he would have definitely known. Looks different on his monitor, ladies and gentlemen. It's Misuta, though, with 2 big kills. Make it a triple overall in the round. He is a hero. He is the hero right now for Vitality. Sergey in a 1 versus 2. Still with 50 seconds. He's going to pick up 1, but he can't get it. A quad kill instead for Misuta.
All right, things are getting wild. Things are getting heated here to start Blast Premier.
Getting real freaky.
That is a crazy way to it's a crazy way to initiate a double peak. Look at Masuta, 26-15, leading the server. He's keeping Vitality alive in this. It's a 2-round lead for Ence. That is a great shutdown from RPK. That's a very aggressive play inside of the smoke of the bomb site.
Yeah, keeping them vital, Jason, if you will.
Yeah. That doesn't even make sense.
Doing my best here. ZywOo actually missing.
Oh no, ZywOo's in some trouble.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble, but he's got some backup. Masuta can just do no wrong at this point in time. What a godlike performance he's putting on display for us here today. ZywOo, actually, I think he would have been dead if not for that distraction. I think they would have probably flashed him and just gone for him.
Listen, Vitality's obviously not playing the best Counter-Strike they've ever played in their life, but I think you have to admire what they're showing off right now, and that is finally the French scene getting younger and having their young players show some promise. First ZywOo last year, now Masuta. This is a phenomenal match for him. Holding on. Oh, that's a great headshot. One more added on top, and he is dominating Ence at the moment.
Why is Saiwu jumping and no-scoping? Oh my god, on the ramp. That doesn't even make any sense, but... Masuta, you're right. I mean, the French Counter-Strike scene historically has always just been a really dangerous one, but they did have that long lapse where they weren't producing the talent. You're absolutely right.
Well, they were just resisting bringing young talent in, and the players that they did bring in weren't delivering on the potential. Now you have two players firmly in Vitality who look good so far. Masuta still, we need to wait for the final verdict, but ZywOo obviously the best player of 2019. He's still a very impressive, a very scary AWPer, but Masuta's looking like he's got the right stuff, at least in this map.
They've broken the economy on Ence. Back to Deagles on their side. This could be, yeah, this could be everything that we would want here. Could be 14-14 by the time Ence could start to pick up some rifles again, and then, I don't know, it's anybody's game. No AWP currently in rotation on Vitality, so you'd love to see that back in play.
Yeah, I think they'd love to see it back in play as well. I think they're just waiting for that moment. Ence has actually done a very good job of chipping away round after round at the money that Vitality has. 3 players on catwalk for this Ence attack, 2 players in mid. They've got the 1 flashbang, so really putting a lot of faith in these Deagles, putting a lot of faith that Vitality is going to give them a mistake that they can exploit.
Well, not gonna happen for Aerial. He wanted to jump down. Apex, 2 big kills. He's out in the open, and they want to try and see if they could test him. And he's ready for that all day, pretty much. Sunny, I can't believe he actually got both those kills. That's pretty disgusting.
This is an absolute disaster for Vitality. This is exactly what cannot happen. Sunny with just a Deagle, 2 kills so far. They've got 2 players left. They're not going to build money. The AWP is going to be so far away, and he's got a chance to win. Flashbang is out. He peeks with it. Didn't get a clean shot, and now it's going to be tough. They're very close, and Shox has him boxed in.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, the $800 bonus, that'll help out Ence. They actually did need that quite a bit. Now they get by pretty much whatever they want here. Tied up at 14-14, but that should not have got that far.
No, I mean, the benefit, Shox had like 6 or 7K, just over 6K, I believe. Drops in AWP over to ZywOo. So at least they have that weaponry. We're all tied up, 14-14, headed into round 29. But we're going to get all 30. And maybe more.
And maybe more. Let's hope so. What a great game this has been so far. I'm really excited. Smoke out for that corner out at long. No one is going to follow in behind it, but they might just want to put some pressure on them anyway. And that could be worth it. 1 down middle, and then 2 in A and 2 out long and 2 inside of the B bomb site. Is he going to try and sneak for the kill down middle there, Apex? That's the big question. Oh no. That did not work out. I think
That's
he was
about
just
2 rounds in the last 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 2 rounds in the last 3, though. They found that pick in mid at the double doors in the first 20 seconds. Remember, they picked off ZywOo earlier in an AWP duel. Ence is, I mean, Vitality certainly giving Ence a lot of advantages down the stretch.
Oh yeah, and we got to remember as well, it's actually not overtime. It's 15-15. They split the points in this format, so you don't want to be misleading people too badly. ZywOo.
That's my bad.
Well, yeah, you know what? It's fine, Jason. Don't even worry. I realize it's, you're in a different time zone. You've got that covering you as well. Ooh, ZywOo pushing up. He misses his chance, but there's still some backup here. RPK doing his best to stand tall and save his own sniper. And he did get back around the box, but the pressure is still on. Now trading Molotovs. Backup is coming in. They're going to get overwhelmed. Masuta going down. And now it's on Shox. He's the only one here with an AK-47, and they're going to fall back. And this is such a smart move. They could probably win the fight 1 versus 3 against them, but why not make it 100% and put the bomb down in B? That's a very nice call out of Ence.
Oh, and it forces his hand to just save. He's got the AWP and he's got to just bail out. There's no reason for him to go for this. Look at the money. ZywOo at 750, Apex at 0, Shox at 450, RPK and Masuta at 1900 and 1200. There's no cash flow anymore. All that money that was built up, all that bank that Vitality saved round after round, it's gone. They have players who won't even be able to have a rifle in the next round. So, Ence have 1 chance and 1 chance only to take all the points in a victory.
Wow, that's completely devastating, isn't it? I actually am, I'm kind of shocked that it's turned out this way.
Yeah, and It's so rough. I mean, these are not easy shots to hit, and I think it's just because of how good of a player Zywoo is that I expect him to do a little bit better. But he had that chance, that first initial contact towards Catwalk, and the over-aggressive play. RPK has to sacrifice himself so Zywoo can get into safety, and that sacrifice wasn't really rewarded in any way. Zywoo never hits anything after it.
Imagine how beautiful it would have been if Zywoo had got the first kill and then RPK could have, followed it up and just sort of kept going and held the line a bit. That would have been nice. Oof. I'm seeing Apex reacting.
It's always beautiful. 15-14 in the favor of Ence. Round number 30. AWP on Zywoo. SMG on Apex. You've got an M4 in the hands of RPK, but Shox and Masuta equally are going to be fighting with some scraps.
Are you going to want to take the risk in this round and hope that they find Zywoo, or are you going to make sure that he finds something to do with this rifle? You to put it aggressive on Catwalk.
Wait, the AWP?
Yeah, on Zywoo. Like, do you want to go look for kills?
I absolutely do. We may not overextend into a crazy hunt, but I tell him to go for a pick for sure. I think at this point you got to put the map in your star player's hands. You have to give him a chance to win this for you, even though he's seemed a little bit cold with some of his op shots today. I think you still put that faith in Zywoo.
Well, so far they've just kind of, well, they were just escorting him out long. Now they've given up on that. Not quite gonna stick in that position. He's instead down the middle. We'll see how they end up doing. Ence being very careful, but Zywoo was still finding a kill on Sergey. That was all the way in T spawn.
You have to admire that. Zywoo's been picked off in this position in the second half. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Right out of the air is Sunny. And Zywoo's found Vitality, a 5-on-3. Just don't give it right back to them. Just back away. Now you can play standard Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that's the crucial thing, isn't it? Just try and get back if you can. I'm not sure RBK really could have. He's stuck out here, and he'll go down. Nice shot there with the AK-47.
Why is the rifle close and the SMG far away? This is scary. Vitality, again, these small details could come back to haunt them. Apex has to play this perfectly.
Ooh, jumping down, and Zywoo with 3 kills in the final round here. They go 15-15 and split the points between them. That was such a high-intensity match. It really looked like Vitality were well prepared, but the firepower there on the Ence side was incredible. I think if not for Masuta, though, they don't even get close Vitality. He was playing phenomenally.